right? So we can already, let's just assume that, here, let's start in like a butterfly guard. Let's assume that we wake up and I have your head in my armpit, right? So it's fine. We can get into the fuzzy details of getting there. Sorry.
What have I been doing this whole time if you're waking up?
It's fine, right? Right, we find ourselves in the guillotine position. It's inexplicable.
Hopefully not first thing in the morning, but hey, whatever.
Yeah, so for this one, we're going to start with the overhook, right? Because what we like, I don't really need to show you. This one's overhooked. I like to keep this arm in here because of the darce that opens up with this guillotine, right? By having this arm already in, it means I don't have to try and shove it in later on, which I would have to do if I didn't have it in there already. So we're guillotining, and what's nice about this is, for the most part, like, it's pretty reliable that if you guillotine a person, they're going to take this hand here and they're going to try and rip your hand off their neck, right? And that's great, right? Because what that does is that sacrifices the base. So, right, I can't take his queen, but I take his bishop. I'm just going to pop him over here, right? So from here, I still have my old grip, right? What I want, though, is I want to use, like, this grip to help me come up. I also like to kick with this foot, but I'm going to come up, and as I come, I'm going to use the grip to turn him onto his side, right? And then once I come up onto my knees, what I'm going to do is like, right? So where I want to use this arm that's going to be over his head, I'm going to shove his chin down into his chest, right? I want to make him smell his own crotch, right? Like, really break down his posture there. At the same time, this arm is going to be driving up, and I actually want to like curl my body up so that my shoulder can drop down into this space, and I'm able to get it as tight as possible. So we're starting in our little grippy here. I come up, and I'm going to use this arm to push down, this arm to come in, and I want everything to be squished in nice and tight. Right? If I need to, I can hold on to this here and bring my elbow back again, and then re-dig it down. But that's probably not necessary, right? I want to get my rear naked choke pull grip here, right? Nice and deep with this hand here. I don't want to grab with my hand if I can squeeze it farther in, right? Because the further in it is, the tighter the choke is going to be. And I want it to get as flush as possible with his neck before I even start squeezing, right? So I'm going to get this in super deep, and then this hand, right? That's going to walk up his back, and what that does is that helps raise this forearm up into the bottom of his neck, right? And then once I get everything kind of feeling cinched in, now I like to drive my chest into his, what is that, your shoulder and his tricep. I want to squish it into his neck, right? And I can come off my feet here, and I'll start squeezing until something taps or pops.
Oh, okay.
So whatever happens, you know, I'll take either
one.
Yeah, like really.
I do not recommend. I don't recommend that at all. Sorry. I've won nothing by doing that except some pain and suffering.
Sorry, I didn't know it would be that bad.
No worries, it's fine. You hear me gurgle? I wonder if that gurgle got tape. That was pretty good. That was a good gurgle.
Alright, so we're going, we're following it up, right? And then I'm going to get this nice and deep, set it as deep as you can. Right, we're going to walk this up, and then now I'm going to drive with my chest into his tricep shoulder area, and I like to pinch my elbows in and then shrug all at the same time until he doesn't want to be there anymore. Yeah.
Or impose.
Well, for me, I think that there's like 3 things that you do when you're trying to finish the darce, and that's after you set it, right? So once it's all set and it's as good and set as it can be, one of them is pinching the elbows in, the other is driving the chest in, and then finally I bring that last elbow up. And the first 2 kind of tighten up 2 sides, and the last one just like cuts it up in there, and it's really nice.
That's the piece de resistance, or what's the coup de grace?
Yes.
Coup de grace. I can't go. Am I even on camera? We're over there.
That's a good
I'm
one.
a disembodied voice. The coup de grace. Sorry.
But yeah, so I usually, I don't know if you, I save it for last after the elbow pinching and the driving.
I don't drive as much. I don't know.
You do a different thing, don't you?
I try not to drive in, because I'm always, I don't feel like I can tip you over.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because of your base is a little different, but I'm always sort of like worried, maybe it's the angle that I take, that I'm going to get rolled through, which isn't the end of the world, because you can still finish from there, but I don't like to lose top position if I don't have to, right?
I think you told me before that you like to tangle up the legs. Is that...
So I've seen that before. Some people have talked about that, where from here, I'll go the other way because my right arm's better. And everyone's got a favorite side, right?
True.
So it's here, here, and then what I've seen are people, they'll hook into the leg. All right, so if we turn that way so people can see the leg, no, other way. Right, so they'll hook here. So here, you come in, and then they step over and they grab that. And so it's the same idea of like I'm kind of putting you in a cradle almost, right? And it becomes very difficult for you to move, right? Because you're just all in this kind of super curled up position. You know, if we're here and I want to get, you know, all my weight down, or yeah, if you start messing with that and you turn my hip, now you're going to be able to maybe turn me, you know, like you can roll over me, yes, and you drop me down to a hip, and now it's no good. So I guess the value, and kind of twofold with this trapping the leg, is if you can get it, you can kind of nip all that in the bud, right? You're not going to mess. If I can get here, right, and then I somehow manage to capture this top leg, right? Now you're not going to be able to like mess with my hips in a meaningful way, right? Because you're able to, right? There's always that moment where you get that first arm in, that bottom arm. Yeah, and you can hook the head. But getting the second arm over is where the Darce will, I mean, obviously you can still fail here, but even if you get here and you're not able to connect, I've been in a situation where I have the Darce where it's just on my fingers, and the guy's like puffs the chest out. And if it's a strong person or somebody has a good posture, that'll be enough to, you have to switch to something else. So.
Yeah, people get triggered if you grab their head like that. They, you know.
Well, they're gonna, like me, the best, you know, like to me, the way that I stay out of the Darce is by posturing. And staying straight. And like if you get my head like even this much beat, I'm in danger. I'm like, that is, because I don't, like, to me it's like either I have perfect posture and I'm good, or I have slightly off posture and it's all going to hell, right? I don't have a lot of margin for error. So when I'm in this position, the first thing, I don't care about anything else, is I just posture.
When you're in your regular side control, are you like posturing?
No, because you're going to be more relaxed. But as soon as I feel like this person is, you know, coming across, like here, see how my fingers already, I'm not trying, like, I don't want that person to do that. This is over, like with a strong person, I mean, it's going to be over, or a bigger person, because my neck is just not, I'm not going to be able to beat somebody when they have all their upper body kind of pulling, because that's a pretty powerful movement to pull in.
Yeah, but this is still, this very
It is, but if you have like a bad neck, or a skinny pencil neck like mine, I'm not going to be, it's too late for me to posture. Now, a more experienced grappler like yourself will recognize that chasing the person who's postured is kind of like not worthwhile. But with more excitable and less experienced training partners, they'll often chase it, and then that'll get them in more trouble. Right? Because they're trying to chase and you've already postured, and then it's not going to work. You're not going to recover it. You should move to something else. And if you keep going trying to do the Darce, you're just kind of getting yourself out of position.
Do you have some tricks to maybe get that posture broken down though that you want to share? Because I have one maybe.
You have one? Let me do mine, and then you can do yours. The one that I do is when I'm in here, right, I want to come over with my elbow. So sometimes, well, let me go back. I'll do a double hold. So when I come in here, I don't come to the head and then reach over and hope that I'm going to be able to close my triangle, right? I try to go 2-on-1 and pull.
So like a tie clinch kind of thing?
Yeah, that's a good analogy, right? So I'm going to recruit, instead of like using one arm here, right? And then just trying to reach. And you're gonna posture, look, if you posture right now, I mean, that's enough that I can't, even if I can connect to this hand, it's not gonna be enough. I might be able to do something else, but I'm not gonna be able to do the Darce. So instead of that, what I try to do is I'll try to go 2-on-1 or here, right? And either, right, I'll try to break you down, or if I can't pull you in, I try to pull myself in. And now,
Oh, that's cool.
right? So that's an old way of thinking of like, if you can't pull the person to you, then you've got to go to the person. Because it's their posture. And now if their posture, if you can't break it, then it's just their arm, it's their shoulder.
You're like going around it?
So I'm not going around, I'm just like pushing down. Right, so look, if you come here, right down again. If we're here, so if I'm here and I have two hands, and Kevin is super postured, here like this. Now if I try to pull, I'm kind of going against his back muscles, right? Your neck and your shoulders. But if I pull myself to Kevin,
but why does that work?
then I'm only going against your shoulder.
You're like collapsing this as you go into.
Yes. So the idea here is, again, you're not reaching over, right? But you're pulling in one way or the other, right? Either I'm going to bring him to me or I'm going to go to him. So then what happens is, once I'm here, I can adjust. And then it's easy, right? You're already here, so then it's almost like that. Here.
But my thing has been to step up to this knee here, right? And so, right, this is the idea, like, if you're not strong enough to move them with your arms, your legs are probably strong enough to move them, right? So I'm keeping balance as I come up, and I'm gonna scissor this in and get it locked in.
I like that too, because you're actually rotating your body around, and you're going to be able to get into other things too.
Yeah, you could always abandon and go.
Right. Like another one that I like is when you come over the head, right? If you come over the head, can you switch this over my head?
Oh.
Here, yes. And then now you have the arm. And that.